Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam Om Swastiastu. Honorable Supervisor 1, Mrs. Susan Febriantina, SPD MPD, and Supervisor 2, Mrs. Sterilina Arvinta Munafarta, SAMM. Let me introduce myself. My name is Indrani Putri, with number registration 170-3520046 from the Digital Office Administration Study Program, Faculty of Economic, Jakarta State University. The first is a topic of discussion, including one background, two literature review, and then third, research methodology. The first is the background. Office layout is a room that is used carefully and effectively to organize office equipment. This is adjusted to the available space so that employees can complete their tasks feeling comfortable. Office layout is the arrangement of furniture, machines in the available space, taking into account the existing limitation in the building. A good office layout will make it easier for employees to carry out their work activities easily, so that they can maximize their work productivity and meet their expectation. An office arrangement that is not crowded and looks neat and use color and light that suits the work environment can increase employee enthusiasm for work. From the existing data can be seen that several employees agree and feel satisfied working in an office layout with a percentage of 63.9%. Then 66.1% of employees do not feel satisfied with working in an open office layout. Thus, 36 of the employees responded experience discomfort when working in open space. Apart from that, sustainable statement with an open office layout provides comfort when working, and it also appears to 47.2% of respondents will uncomfortable working in an open space, and 52.8% of employees feel comfortable working in an open environment. Apart from that, office design is very important in increasing employee productivity because a comfortable productive office design will provide sufficient motivation and energy to employees for work productivity. Research question and objectives. Research question. First one, what are the spatial conditions at PT Sarana Utama Adi Mandiri? Second one, what obstacle do employees face when working in an open office space? And then the last one, how do you overcome obstacle to an open office layout? And then the objectivities. Number one, to identify and analyze factors that influence spatial planning at PT Sarana Utama Adi Mandiri. Number two, to find out what obstacle employees face when working in an open office space, and then to find out what solution there are to problems that occur in open office layout. The benefit study. For students, research gain new experience and insight when they become employees and increase their knowledge about the analysis of the influence of office layout on employee performance. For Universitas Negeri Jakarta, establishing good relationship between educational institution and collaborating parties that are mutually beneficial for both parties. And then for companies, creating profitable collaboration as well as suggestion and input in order to improve facilities at PT Sarana Utama Adi Mandiri. Second, there is a literature review. Office layout. Office layout is the division of rooms or distribution of employee workplace as well as the design of all office equipment so as to create a comfortable atmosphere for carrying out activities in the office and support working efficiency. The term office layout itself comes from English, namely office layout, or simply known as layout, according to UMA 2022. Layout is considered one of the tools that shapes how efficient an organization will be in the long term. Meanwhile, according to Armida 2016, layout is defined as the layout or layout of the space the way facilities are placed. Purpose of office space. According to Fitriani 2014, providing an explanation of the purpose of office layout is to facilitate the process of carrying out work in the office quickly, enable administrative activities to run smoothly. Space can be used effectively for work purpose, maintenance to health and job satisfaction to employees, control supervision and work, and give a good impression to office visitors. Types of office layout according to Nurida 2014. First one, open office layout. An open office layout is an office layout model in the form of a large room that is used by all staff to do their work and achieve company goals. This open layout models is designed without separating employees from each other. It makes it easier for them to communicate with each other. And then the last one, closed office layout. A closed office layout is a type of office layout that is designed by dividing areas according to work, functions, and using walls or partitions to separate the area. Principle of office spatial planning. Number one, short distance principle. Two, principle of work sequence. Three, principle regarding the use of all space, and then principle of change in workplace structure. Factor that influence spatial. A. Light. Emitted by a light source such as a lamp or the sun to illuminate a room. B. Color. Choosing the right color in a room can create a pleasant atmosphere for employees and can also improve their performance. C. Air. Office air should be at a temperature of 20 degrees Celsius, which is the ideal temperature for working. D. Voice. Areas that create sound should be spread away from areas that occur high concentration, chaos, and decrease work productivity, which occur if you don't pay attention. And then culture. Culture is defined as the actions or habits that exist in the family, society, and workplace. Previous research. According Rizali Hafiz Imawan, Dian Alupi Utami, analysis of Office Spatial Planning at BKPSDM Surabaya City, study in the field of employee performance management. And then Yanfa Ainul Fazri, Ratri Wulandari, analysis of the Kuningan Regency Ministry of Education and Culture Government Office Spatial System on Employee Work Productivity. And then Muhammad Anggareksa, Spatial Planning Analysis for Work Comfort and Performance Optimization at the PT Accounting Service Office, area di Faktur Rahman, Medan. And then the last one, research methodology. Research place at PT Sarana Utama Adi Mandiri, research schedule, the interview preparation stage at December, and then observation stage at December and January, interview stage at January and then February, report preparation stage February and March. Data score and research samples. The data scores and research sample in question are informants. According to Sugiono, informant are people who are used to provide information and data about the situation and condition of the research setting. Samples are informants in the research which were taken using purpose sampling technique. The informant in this research were research subject obtained by research design. Qualitative method emphasize observing phenomena and examining the substance of the meaning of the test phenomena. The words and sentence used are very influential in qualitative research analysis. Therefore, Basri concluded that the focus of this research is the process and the meaning of the result. Technique collection data. First one, interview. According to Esther Berg in Sugiono, an interview is a meeting between two people to exchange idea and information through question and answer to create a definition of something. Number two, observation. According to Sugiono, observation is a data loading activity that is not limited to people, but also object. And then number three, documentation. According to Sugiono, documentation is a record of past event in the form of writing, drawing, or someone's monumental work. Technique validity data. Data validity is used in qualitative research to test data to prove that the research is truly scientific. Data validity tests include credibility or internal validity, transferability or external validity, dependability or reliability, and then confirmability tests. To obtain data that has validity and validity, the author carried out triangulation effort. Data analysis technique. Number one, data collection. This technique is used to ensure that the data and theories studied are valid, accurate, and in accordance with reality. Number two, data reduction. Data reduction is a process of selection focusing on sampling and transforming raw data that emerges from written records. Number three, data presentation. Presentation of data in qualitative research can be done in the form of short description, charts, flowchart, or other. And then number 4, drawing conclusion. The final step in analyzing qualitative research is drawing conclusion. That's all my explanation. I apologize if there are error in the pronunciation or of words. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.